Hello! Monsters Abound here, welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires, part 38 of my Skarsnik campaign. By now you should all be in food comas, and it's my birthday if I've organised this right. I'm doing recording before Christmas because I know I'm not going to get a chance to do it during. So this should be the 27th. If it is the 27th, happy birthday to me. All presents gratefully received, nothing under 30 quid. Let's be classy about this, people. Anyway, so part 38 of my Skarsnik campaign. We're doing quite well, aren't we? We've managed to take out Thorgrim, and now it's just the White Dwarf left. And Dringor Karazak. Yeah, that place. Dringor. Good. Sounds like I'm trying to eat marbles. Excellent. So I sent my war after that, so they stopped raiding my territory over here. So we just need to take Spike Peak. Now the White Dwarf's army is pretty potent, but it is just a bunch of, well, look, really just longbeards with great weapons. That I don't think is going to be an issue, but Grimgor's army is looking a bit beaten up after that last battle. He's going to need a little while to recover. Do I send him back to Black Crag to recruit some more Black Orcs? On the other hand, Black Orcs are friggin' expensive. I might hold off just for the moment. Once we finish the deep passageways, we can get some Orc boys, replace all those gobbos with... In fact, what? Let's have a look at your skills. You've got the boys and Ard lads. That's goblins, light goblins, orc boys, and savage orc boys. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And riders. Yeah, I would like to give them some boar boys, if possible. Might do that. Okay, elsewhere we've got Nagbad heading for Mount Gunbad to reinforce that. Skraga's doing a little tour to gather some income, and Snide's got a skill point, which is brilliant. So, specialist. Why not? Yeah. I wish there was some more choices with heroes, so you could make them particularly good at one thing, something like that. Because at the moment it just feels like you just whack points wherever you like, and depending on whether they're an agent you're going to use in your army or an agent you're just going to use on the campaign map, you can just sort of spec them for either way. Doesn't really matter. Okay, well that's enough for that in turn. There we go. So our army's going to head towards that settlement. Oops, well, looks like Bernhoff's brigands are now wiped out. Hello, where's this? Skraga Wall. Ooh. Okay, so it looks like that dwarf army that was recruiting is attempting to use the underway, but we've caught them. Do we want to intercept? It would seem like the sensible option. They do have that Skyhammer thing. But otherwise, if we can wipe this army out... Do we just auto-resolve it? No, you know what? I'm going to fight this one. I mean, that looked like it should have hurt. But it didn't really do anything. It basically scratched the paintwork. However, one of the nice things about the Night Goblins is they can start right at the dwarves' throat, thanks to Vanguard deployment. We've got some of our cavalry units, the Morgul's Magi Marauders and the Death Creepers flanking around the left there. And of course we're going to move towards the dwarves, stop just before them, out come the fanatics, and then we're going to charge. Along with an itchy nuisance as well, to make sure that they don't do much damage to us. Nasty Skulkers flanking here, Dwarf Warriors going to get charged right in the flank there. Ooh, that's going to sting, and of course, because they're winning, they're going to be even more effective. Whereas the Dragon fire pass, fighting some Night Goblins. You can see trolls in the distance. Our Vanguard, our non-Vanguard units now moving up. There's Skraga, Night Goblin Warlord. Their Rock Lobber is out of commission, and the dwarf left flank has collapsed thanks to the Mangy Marauders. The centre of the dwarf line is still holding, mostly just because their lord's around here somewhere. There he is. The Skyhammer continues to take damage, but now he's going to drop his bombs. And that just annihilated that unit of night goblins. Look at the corpses. Jeez. Thankfully it misses most of them. If it had been actually targeting us, it would have been pretty darn effective. Our archers have now got in range of the Skyhammer. They're opening up with everything they've got. A lot of those shots hitting our own goblins, but that's life when you're a goblin. Effectively, the only safe place to be is behind a night goblin archer, and even then, it's probably best to be behind a wall or something. You just never know. Longbeard's getting pummeled. We've finished off the units on the flank and now moving everyone in to deal with that. Skyhammer's taking a huge amount of fire and it's going to go down. Finally. There he goes. Careering to the ground. And with that, the last few dwarves are breaking and running. All in all, I think that went pretty well. That Skyhammer thing did kill a large chunk of that unit, but I think that'll be fine. And we can get some replenishment by eating them as revenge, and that's cleared that army out. Oh look, Ungrim's back. Good old Ungrim. How many times have I killed him? I'd forgotten I was at war with Lothan. I mean, they haven't attacked, to touch wood. They haven't attacked me yet. I'm surprised. I was expecting them to start launching armies at me relentlessly, but apparently they're just going to leave me alone. Which I'm fine with, to be honest. If they want to leave me alone, no problem. You know, until we invade, obviously, to prove we are the biggest, bestest war boss. Okay, so those guys are dead. Narl has been assaulted. Oh, you little shit. Never mind. Never mind. We've got a... Skraga's got a what? Oh, that's useful. Okay, raiding. Wait, where were the Imminent Rebellions? I wasn't sure. Imminent Rebellions, there we are. Southern Badlands. Okay, that's fine. Don't really care about that. Eastern Border. Yeah, well, that's don't. Oh, wait, if they... the Border Princes respawn there, that's going to be a problem. A problem I'll deal with later. Let's move... Do I want... I kind of want the replenishment. Let's get the replenishment. You... we're gonna... Don't... you know what? Go and attack that one. I don't want you to... Don't want you to tell you to come back and you go and raid Zvorak. That's mine, not yours. Okay, we've got lots of cash. So let's upgrade the Horde. And... Do I want a greenskin shipyard? Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, now Skraga, you got a war, didn't you? Yes, you did. Good lad. That's not the biggest war I've ever seen, but it's not the size that counts, Skraga. Obviously. It's very much what you do with it, isn't it? So Skraga, you've got a skill point, and I quite like Ambusher, because it means you can set up with the rest of your army. Vindictive Glade. I think we want the upgrade. I think the upgraded version would have been a lot better at taking out that Skyhammer. And Gore Guts, I think we need to give you a giant wolf. I think that's fine. And Nagbad can move up to join you. And I think that means we can take out Mount Gunbad. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't like our chances, but I do, to be honest. We've got lots of siege equipment. Their walls are in pieces. They do have iron breakers, though. I'm sure we'll be fine. So we're going to take out Mount Gunbad. That's a thing that's going to happen. Do I Skarsnik? Do I want you to head south? I kind of do. Can we maybe... If we go down here... Let's see if we can lure out the White Dwarf. And let's upgrade that and that. Again, money is a little bit of a problem, but it's not actually that bad. Can we... If we untax that, will that take 2 turns? Potentially yes. What's the defences like? Okay, not great then. A bunch of goblins that have taken a lot of damage. Fine. Right, hero's not moved. Wazhamper, yeah, you're up here. Can you block that army? You can. I don't really know why I wanted you to do that, but it's done now. Can we assassinate Steinberg von Karstein? No, you failed. Rubbish. Never mind, that's okay. Right, now we can take Mount Gunbad. Now, where are we? Skraga, there we are. Kick him in, indeed. Skraga. Okay, so we've got reinforcements from Nagbad as well. Now, his goblins aren't going to be as strong as he can. 21 melee attack. That's a bit poor, isn't it? Why is that so bad? It looks less than it was, than it should be. Never mind. But hopefully with experience they will be a little bit better. So it's going to be a tough fight because of all these iron breakers. Those guys, melee defense 70 and 128 armor. Plus they're disciplined. Got Undying Oath, so they get more melee defense, physical resistance and missile resistance. I mean, they're just tanks. Physical resistance 15%. Lovely. So they will soak up damage like nothing else. So this I think this is going to be a bit of a brutal battle, but I think we should be fine. As it is, we didn't really need all the towers because there's not actually that many walls left intact, so we're only taking 2. So we've got some nasty skulkers. They're going to hit the wall over here. More nasty skulkers going to hit the wall over here. Otherwise, we'd have to deploy over this direction to be able to get onto the wall. And to be honest, I didn't see the point. You may as well just use the breaches. We've got the trolls coming in here. We've got oh, it's Skraga. Skraga, he does love his walls, and he's going to inspect this one close up. How's that for you, Skraga? You enjoying that? Getting a little bit excited about that? Good, good. Glad to hear it. Otherwise, our elite goblins, so these are the guys, obviously Skraga actually is a fairly good goblin war boss, and as such, all his gobos have fairly high attack. On the other hand, Nagbad over here, his goblins not so much. They've only got like 28 attack. It's not bad. That's not awful. But against like Longbeards with their 47 melee defense, and even worse the Iron Breakers with their 77, it's going to be a little tricky for them to get through. Goblins pouring through the breach. Now we've just got to basically overwhelm the dwarves with sheer weight of numbers, because we're not going to be able to do it with quality. We're not going to be able to hit them in the rear with any units, at least not to start off with. Obviously, explosives, but we've got fanatics. We've got slayers, so I mean it's very much tit for tat. Iron breakers, in come the slayers. Fighting the trolls fighting slayers probably not the best option, but I'm sure they'll be fine. More gobos pouring through. We're trying to get through, but the Iron Breakers are standing firm and managing to stop our advance. But we do have some nasty skulkers that, thanks to the tower, they've managed to sneak in and around and behind. They've managed to flank them. So that we are doing quite a lot of damage to these guys. And in comes Skraga. Is that Skraga? Nope, that's Gore. Badax. Goblin Big Boss. Extraordinaire. Nagbad's forces have come tearing through this breach. It's much more lightly defended than the other, than the gate over there, so that's good. However, these goblins are not anywhere near as experienced as Skragas, so they're going to have a tough time dealing with all these dwarves. But we do outnumber them significantly, so it's not all bad. Just up against some dwarf warriors here. We should be able to punch through these guys fairly easily. I mean, ideally anyway, and that way we can move in and start hitting these longbeards and so on from the rear. Although these longbeards are going down really quickly, I think thanks to the flanking nasty skulkers. However, in the centre here we're taking quite a lot of damage. Got some longbeards with great weapons, the iron breakers of course, and the slayers. How are the trolls doing? Not too bad. I thought they'd do worse in combat with slayers, but actually they're doing okay. More of those sneaking through. Nasty Skulkers managed to flank these Thunderers. Got some more Iron Breakers at the breach there. We didn't actually come through the breach. That might be a good idea to swing round and come through there just to hit them in the rear at the same time. But currently that's not what's happening. These Thunderers, though, are going to go down not as quickly as I thought, though. Doggedly hanging on. All our forces now pretty much engaged. The runesmiths in here, we've got Thane as well, Longbeard, Dwarf Warriors. They're just trying to shore this sort of this defensive formation up. But over here, the Longbeards have pretty much gone, which means we can now break through and hopefully try and hit these guys in the rear, sort of get them in a nice surround. We've thrown our squigs into combat with the Longbeards, and the Longbeards are slowly going down. We should hopefully be able to break through. We've got these Iron Breakers here utterly surrounded. Look at this. Just completely surrounded, and yet they're still holding on. Iron Breakers just do not break. Weirdly. That's not weirdly. They're like elite dwarves, aren't they? But one or two just getting torn down, and with that more and more start to come down. It's just a matter of time. Longbeard's going down there. Good. These guys over here now utterly surrounded. There's Badax is taking out the Master Engineer. He shouldn't have too much trouble with that. It's just an engineer. We've managed to whittle down the Iron Breakers here, but as you can see, this unit of Night Goblins has died to a Goblin. Only 14 left out of 165. And the Iron Breakers here, I mean, they're just not dying. Cast Itchy Nuisance on them, that should help at least lessen how much damage they're doing to us. But it's not going to help us do any more damage to them. So we'll get there. We'll slowly tear them down, but it is just a matter of time. Iron Breakers have finally managed to break here, but they've done such amount. They've killed 117 goblins. Master Engineer running away. We've managed to break this Runesmith. Iron Breaker still holding on. This mob over here, we've got them thrown most of Nagbad's army at them. They're completely surrounded. There we go, they finally routed. How much damage did they do? Where's their flag? There it is. 93. Thank God they only had a few units of them. So now it's just a case of chasing down the last few units and dealing with the gyrocopter. I don't know whether it's a Still Faith Overhaul thing or whether it's been changed in Warhammer 2. But beforehand, if your flying unit was the last one left, then you got a message that you would be forced to land or you would lose the battle. That doesn't happen now. So I don't know whether it's a Still Faith Overhaul thing or a Warhammer 2 thing, but it does mean that you now have to break flying units, which is really annoying because they don't, especially gyrocopters, don't tend to break when the rest of the army breaks. They will sit there and you have to then shoot at them with ranged units. We don't really have very many good ranged units, so it's... That's why I've moved the Morgoth's Mangy Marauders and the Death Creepers over here, because Morgoth's Mangy Marauders have armor-piercing missile damage, and these guys have got poison attacks, so hopefully it should break them slightly more quickly than otherwise. And we have managed to, I think, break most of the dwarves on the ground here. The Iron Breakers now fleeing, there we go. And just these Iron Breakers over here to kill. But with army losses, I think they're almost going 11 leadership. That's them gone, I think. And that's another delicious gold mine under our control. Bit of a grinder, but we still won, and that's that gold mine under our control, which is very, very helpful. And hopefully Nagbad learned a few things. Some sneaky tricks. I'm just going to occupy it. Now, I could loot it, but I just think I want that gold mine. So we're going to do that. Shield of Potos, blah, 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 blah. Lovely. Right, Nagbad, did you learn anything? You learned nothing. You useless goblin. Let's just give Largug evasion. And do we have the gold mine? The gold mine is... No, we don't. Well, it's a cave of shinies, which is even better. Well, it's a gold mine, basically. But that will give us 1,000 income, which will cut our deficit by 1/3, which is really, really helpful. We can get the Skarsnik's Black Orc Barracks there. And otherwise... I mean, I think... Yeah, that should be fine. I think I want to take on some of these dwarven settlements to the north. Oh, there's another gold mine there. I mean, that... yeah, we've got... the more gold, the better, right? Totally. So we're totally going to grab that. Okay. Otherwise, I think we're all good, so we can end the turn. What's the white dwarf going to do? Is he going to come wandering out to save Spiked Peak? Yeah, we have had a rebellion in the Eastern Border Princes. I suggest that means the Border Princes have respawned. And Telia's running. Who's that? Is that a Skaven rebellion? Ah, yes. The Border Princes have returned. Get out the way. As the tribe gets bigger, your bosses move out of stinking reach and start to get ideas. They begin to think they're better than you. They think they should get their own war. Well, obviously they're wrong. Keep them sweet. I'm the boss. I am the boss. Nagbad has got a war. What was his? Grombogroth. Again, it's not a bad little war, I guess, but
great and powerful war boss.
That's fine. Did we lose a unit? Did we lose a unit of night goblins? I think we probably did. Oh, the Immortals. They do cost 837 upkeep though. So there is that. Are they... Let's have a look what they got. Physical resistance, missile resistance, resilience, blah 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 blah. Immortal's Cloak. Huh. So if the unit is in melee and there's a lord or hero within 30 meters, they get 6 melee defense and 6 physical resistance. Sort of like a bodyguard unit then. That's quite nice. Do I want to get a Doom Diver catapult or should I just get a Goblin Rock Lobber? I kind of feel like the Doom Diver is just better. It does take 3 turns though, that's quite a while. If we're going to be attacking cities, what... I mean, the trolls did really well. Trolls did great. Do I want some more sort of smashy unit? And what do I have in the way of smashy units? Not really an awful lot, do I? I mean, I could get a giant, but meh. I think I'm just going to get another fanatic and be done with it. That'll be fine. Got a little bit of replenishment he's doing there. You know what, Nagbad? I think you can take out Nash Rax there by yourself. Especially with your War, anyway. With your War, you should be absolutely fine. Money-wise, we're still okay. Oh, the White Dwarf's on the move. And if he takes out the White, is that a problem? Not really. And Grimgor's army is going to be ready to go very soon. We might be able to sneak in and grab Spike Peak from under his nose.
Who needs killing? Skarsnik!
Let's do that. Let's... Skarsnik, you're going to sneak down this direction. Set up an ambush there. You are both... You know what? Both go after the White Dwarf. You'll probably die, but I'm not really that bothered. At the same time, we're going to try and block him. Success. Nice. He's not going anywhere. And Pig Kisser has got a skill point. Why don't you have... You know what? I guess trying to catch those pigs for a good old snog is tricky. So we'll give you fleet-footed so you can catch up with them better. Sure. And seeing as the White Dwarf can't really do much to stop us, we're just going to head straight for Spike Peak. Grimgor probably still needs a little bit more. I would like to Immortals. I mean, he's Grimgor. He needs his Immortals, right? I think so. Let's get rid of these gobos. That will take 8 friggin' turns, though. Shit. It's a long time. We could halve that just by going back, but then... We... No, not quite. Could get... I mean, it's 4 turns. You know what, Grimgor? You are going to head back to Black Crag and recruit. I think Skarsnik is more than capable of dealing with the White Dwarf. Especially if he's going to get battered by two Wars. I mean, they might not wipe him out, but they should at least do some damage to him. Together. Wazhamper. Oh, bloody hell. They've... Oh, Belagar. You've been recruiting fast, haven't you? Is that the Skyhammer back again? Jesus.
Let's get stubborn.
Block.
You're the boss.
Rubbish. You know what else Grimgor's army could use is actually a Shaman. And I did say that we would be able to recruit an Orc Shaman for an Orc army. So we can only have 2. One for Azhag, one for Grimgor. But Grimgor does deserve a Shaman. I think we're going to get Gozbag here. Because he's disciplined. More melee attack and leadership for the army. That's pretty good. So let's give him Gaze of Gork. And Fist of Gork's quite nice. Brainburster's good. Let's give a Brainburster. And I think Power of Dewa is just a good one to have. So let's do that. Money-wise, looking a little worse for wear.
Great and powerful war boss.
Let's march Nala just a little bit closer to Dvorak. That will get up next 9k when we raid it. Just a little bit more replenishment. It might have been better just to charge it, but it's fine. It's fine. The Ward Princes are probably going to retake Akendorf, so I'm going to have to then deal with them somehow. But I don't really have anyone nearby. I guess Nala will have to come back. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. But we are running out of time, so I'm going to have to leave it there. So next time we're going to hit the White Dwarf, take Spike Peak from under his stupid stunty nose. And then up the north here, Belagar's returned, and it looks like it's going to be up to Skraga and Nagbad to deal with him. If Nagbad ever learns anything useful, like how to make his goblins actually effective combat units. But they do have walls up there, so there's like 4 goblin armies up there. So I think they should be okay. I hope anyway. So there we go. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.